Hello, hi there, it's me, it's Dave. How's it going, my friends? God bless you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to join me for, yes, a special video regarding one specific augment. Not really any particular build, but this one augment, which is somewhat rare, whether or not it's useful or not. I feel like Lucky Rabbit's Foot has a lot of mystery around it in Mortal Kombat 11, and hopefully we demystify this in this live stream. Okay, so let's see. Is it working? 11, and hopefully. Oh wow. Okay, so hey there. My name is Dave, or the Jaded Rabbit. Really, God bless you. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining along. Hey there, YU Facts. Call me Lego and Mega F. I can't with your name. But yes, we are going to be talking about a special augment that is pretty elusive for many people. It's this thing, Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Now, Lucky Rabbit's Foot has been in the game ever since Easter of 2020. It may seem like not that long ago, but I guess it's almost 2 years. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, this thing was introduced to the game in Easter of 2020 with the Easter hopping mad towers that pop up in the premier tower slot. So if you were playing nearly 2 years ago, you would have had access, easy access, to getting a bunch of Lucky Rabbit's feet. Now, Lucky Rabbit's feet augments. These augments used to be character specific as well as gear specific. So every character had Lucky Rabbit's feet that you could equip to their first gear piece. So for Scorpion, that's his mask. Now for like Jade, or let's choose Cetrion. For Cetrion, that would have been her goddess crown. But with the augment rework that happened with Combat Pack 2, suddenly all of those things had changed. Lucky Rabbit's Foot was also seemingly brought into the new augment system despite it being an old augment. So this old system augment increases your luck by 100%. This thing, anecdotally, this was based on my experience with using the augment, was that it would decrease negative modifiers, increase your use of positive modifiers. Basically, the AI was a little bit dumber whenever you equipped this thing, which was nice. Now, that was in the old system of the augments. However, everything changed with Combat Pack 2. So what we're going to be taking a look at now with that augment is how to properly get it, because it is pretty rare, and how to properly use it, because its usefulness is pretty limited. Okay, so hey there, Luke Extra, Killer Kingdom, Ragnar, Call Me Lego, lol, hello. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining along. Now, for Lucky Rabbit's Feet, trying to obtain this augment is actually pretty rare, and if you have been a longer time player of Mortal Kombat 11, you might be unfortunate to never get it. Especially if you missed out on that Easter 2020 holiday tower. That was probably the best place to access those augments. They were unlimited drops, so you could have theoretically gotten infinite. I got 60. However, special shout out to Bader, who's in the Bunny fam. We have a secret group chat, and he shared a picture of him getting the Lucky Rabbit's Foot as a drop from completing one of these towers in Tester Luck Tower platform. Now, he got it specifically from this one, a numbers game, which is a boss tower. However, I've received comments over the years that people have gotten it from any one of these towers. So theoretically, the chances of getting a Lucky Rabbit's Foot it remains a possibility with any of these towers whenever you complete them. However, do keep in mind, I have completed hundreds and hundreds of these towers, and I have never had one drop for me. So this is quite possibly one of the rarest augments in the game, which is quite crazy to think about, because you would think that if it's really rare, it must be super, super useful. However, let's go back to the actual description of the augment. And thank you so much, my friends, for joining along. Please don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out with the channel. So, okay, so let's pull up this augment again. Increases your luck by 100%. Now, take note that this luck that they are talking about here, it is capitalized. So let's actually get the augment. Here we go. So increases your luck, capital L, by 100%. Now, this only occurs in one other place in the game where there is a capitalized L. It is in Test Your Luck. Now, Test Your Luck has a luck mechanic, which I don't think a lot of people really recognize or acknowledge, because only if you are searching for high scores will you really appreciate the luck mechanic in Test Your Luck towers. So, okay, so let's actually do some towers here. Let's take Baraka. I'm kind of going to refrain from using Rambo, because I feel like there are just so many options that you can complete these towers with. So, okay, so let's take Baraka here. Let's just quickly complete this tower. Alright, okay. I was trying to catch him. Alright, so what we're doing here, we've got a fancy Luckality with Baraka, and really any Luckality build that gives you physical type effect. This is really a great build to try and get through these Test Your Luck towers. The idea with Test Your Luck towers, though, is kind of broken down into several parts. Now, if you are just first time playing these towers, you don't necessarily, well, you won't have any lucky augments available to you. Luckality, Lucky Blows, or Lucky Rabbit's Feet. So these augments are not really available to you to really try and use, per se. But the idea is that once you start completing these towers, you want to try and get your score high enough so that you can unlock brutal difficulty and then get those Luckality augments. Ah! Alright, okay, here we go, Frost. Whee! I do quite enjoy this build. This build is one of my faves. Baraka is just so much fun to use. Look at Frost go. Tee. So yes, the idea is that you start getting more and more points, unlock that brutal difficulty, and then eventually graduate to getting augments like Luckality or Lucky Blows. However, in order to really get high scores, you would need to really capitalize upon the luck mechanic of Test Your Luck towers. Now, one of the things you might be seeing here is like how the AI performs. The AI sometimes will just stand there and do nothing. Sometimes the AI will just come after you really, like, evilly, or use that breakaway real quickly. So yeah, the AI can do like a number of things, and that's basically dependent upon that luck mechanic that's tied to Test Your Luck towers. The better luck that you have, the more stupid the AI will be. The worse luck that you have, the smarter the AI will be. So really, the luck mechanic here in the new system of augments after Combat Pack 2 seems very much limited to Test Your Luck towers. Now keep in mind, I'm level 356. I've been using these augments hundreds, thousands of matches, and I find that the Lucky Rabbit's Foot is only affecting the kind of luck that you get from these towers. So let's get this final match completed. Alright, so she's not breaking away. How lovely. So that Frost AI seemed really mean in comparison to the other AIs. But in general, you will have some sort of good luck or bad luck or no luck as you get through these towers. And in order to really get the highest scores in Test Your Luck Towers is by getting that good luck. So let's take a look at this scoreboard, because this will break down exactly what's going on here. Okay, so as I thought, we weren't experiencing anything like good luck. No. Take a look at the extras column in the far right. You'll see we have a brutal difficulty bonus. Always nice to get high scores on brutal difficulty. But it says here that we have no luck. Now, we are not running Lucky Rabbit's Foot on this Baraka build, which is contributing to the fact that we are not getting good luck. If I had Lucky Rabbit's Foot equipped, I would have possibly have seen better luck. Now, mind you, there is an element of RNG associated to what kind of luck you're going to get, and Lucky Rabbit's Foot only increases your luck by so much, 100%. But as you know from augments in this game, you can have things go to like 250%, like a lot of percentages, over 2,000 percentages, perhaps. Yes, I'm not that good with math. But the Lucky Rabbit's Foot is limited in terms of the amount of luck that it will provide you. So let's say your RNG rolls you with terrible luck. Well, you'll probably bring that up to a no luck. But if you roll a no luck, the augment will probably bring you up to like a good luck or an incredible luck. And really trying to get incredible luck is what will get you the highest scores. So I was saving these towers to really show off these scores. As you see, there is no sort of like leaderboard, global leaderboard that you can compare yourself with. But what I can compare myself with are my other towers. So all of my boss towers, and do keep in mind, I got all of my high scores using something like the Rambo Luckality build. So all of my high scores coming off of Rambo's Luckality, trying to get that insta-kill on that first second flawlessly, led to me getting 38,000 for a high score against these boss towers, and about 110 or 109,000. But yeah, keep in mind, if you play around with Mercies, you could probably get higher scores. But the idea with getting those higher scores means that you can get that brutal difficulty unlocked, meaning that Lucky Rabbit's really limited to those players who have not unlocked brutal difficulty, and in who is struggling to complete those Test Your Luck towers, you might want to consider using that augment slot for something else other than Lucky Rabbit's Foot. So, okay, so let's take off Perfect Combat from our Rambo build here. We've named him Lucky because this is a build that's meant to take on the Lucky Towers. So, as you're trying to grind through those Lucky Towers and you want to get higher scores, this is a build I would recommend. It's what I used. But Elder God Armor and Lucky Rabbit's Foot are very similar augments in that their usefulness in the new system augment rework. Mind you, NRS has not said a word on this, but they've never said a word on any of their other augments. But from what I see, Lucky Rabbit's Foot, Elder God Armor, these are augments that are limited to Test Your Luck towers only. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions, and I feel bad because I'm guilty of having that old video about Lucky Rabbit's Foot where I said it makes the, negative modifiers decrease in frequency, increases your frequency of your modifiers. It works differently now with Combat Pack 2 as well. It's pretty limited in terms of its usefulness. So we are throwing on these augments here, Lucky Rabbit's Foot, Elder God Armor, because we are going to be taking Rambo Luckality into these Test Your Luck towers. Now, if you are trying to get high scores, Yeah, it feels like really trying to use luckality augments and lucky blows is pretty much your only way to go about getting high scores on these towers, because the towers are kind of different in terms of general scoring mechanics when compared to co-op or regular single player. So test your luck is really quite different, and really trying to get that kill as quick as possible without losing any of your health flawlessly, that's important, and Lucky Rabbit's Foot can help out with that by increasing your luck. So hopefully we see here only positive kind of luck with the lucky... Oh, did we put on the Lucky Rabbit's Foot? I hope we have our lucky build. We'll find out with the variation name. But yes, with the fancy Lucky Rabbit's Foot, we should be able to avoid things like bad luck, terrible luck, which give you a negative modifier to your points, and only see a positive modifier. Now, other misconceptions about the usage of this augment that I've received from comments, is that that you can get better drops with it equipped. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know who is perpetrating these lies. Perpetuating? You tell me the word. You tell me the word. But yeah, it's not that useful in terms of getting drops from other parts of the game. So okay, so let's spend some coin. Totally skipped over that leaderboard. Oh no, not that leaderboard, the point screen. Really important. We've got to check out the point screen. But as you see, we got 28,000 points. That's a pretty good score. The Lucky Rabbit's Foot is helping out by giving us better luck. So okay, so Dave, we got to pay attention to the point screen here. But luckily, Lucky Rambo build here is doing this pretty quickly, flawlessly as well. Now, keep in mind when we were using Baraka was getting, like, whipped around by Frost. Katana just did nothing, right? So the AI seems to be a little bit dumber when you have the Lucky Rabbit's Foot equipped. Do keep in mind that RNG factors heavily into this, but... getting the good luck at the end of this tower, this is the goal with the augment attached. So we're gonna go through this quickly. Luckily we're on the PS5 as well. PS5 means that we've got fast loading screens. So getting these lucky towers done is pretty easy, pretty easy. But you've got to let me know, those of you in the live stream chat, what are your feelings on these Lucky Rabbit's Foot augment? I know that a lot of people have a lot of ideas about them, but I'm here to say that it is pretty limited in terms of scope and applicability in the game. It's very similar to Elder God Armor, where it's only usable in this one particular mode. Okay, so wow, okay, let's take on Shao Kahn here. Whee! Oh boy. Okay, so we're doing this pretty flawlessly, quickly. Only noobs seem to, like, want to put up a resistance. But yeah, I mean, like, they have the option to break away, and they're not breaking away, right? Do keep that in mind. Like, the enemy AI could be doing a lot of other things, but they're not. So what's happening here is that we are experiencing good luck because of this augment equipped. So okay, let's take on Rambo. I mean, let's take on RoboCop here. Oh no, he dead. Now, this is the important part of this whole exercise. It's to really examine this luck mechanic in action. And what we see won't really be revealed until we actually look at the point screen. So let's see it here. This point screen is saying that we had bad luck. Oh, well. So yeah, I mean, like, all of the RNG associated too. I mean, like, this Lucky Rabbit's Foot, I mean, it doesn't even work as you intended sometimes. Right? So that's, I mean, it's just I think it's a fairly disappointing augment to say on the whole. So let's try this again with 2,500 hearts. Hopefully we could get better luck. But yes, really trying to get the highest of high scores. For me, it seems like it was only possible when I was running Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Now, Lucky Rabbit's Foot is so hard to get, so I don't know if all of you have it, but if you are trying to get it, do try and get these test your luck towers done. And huge shout out to Bader, who was inspiration for this video, because he got it on his first tower completion. What? Okay, so let's take on Raiden here. Oh boy, okay, so what we're looking for is enemy AI to be really dumb as well, trying to get the best of luck at the end of this tower. Very frustrating too, because I mean, RNG is just frustrating. But if you are getting higher scores than what I've shared in this video, please let me know. Okay, so wow, let's check out the comments. Let's see what you guys are saying. Akira, Yuri, Ragnar, Joey, thank you so much for joining along. Ram, in regular towers it's useless. I try many times, but in lucky towers it works much more readily. Yes, I agree. Lucky Rabbit's Foot is pretty much limited to affecting the enemy AI and the luck mechanic that affects your score. So okay, so let's take on Rain here. This might be okay. So like when we start getting to like the latter stages of test your luck, like the ones where you spend 2,500 hearts, these are the towers that you would really want to equip Elder God armor, because you can be caught in infinite freezing combos from characters like Rain, Sub-Zero, or Frost, especially if they're the final boss character. But having the Lucky Rabbit's Foot equipped as you are trying to grind these test your luck towers is probably the best use for them, because they're going to allow you to get through these towers just a little bit more easily and get better scores, which I think is important use of your time. Not only do you want to get the loot, but you want to get good scores. Okay, so wow. Alright, it seems like the enemy AI is kind of silly here. Akira says that he got the Lucky Rabbit's Foot on his first run of Lucky Towers. Yes, it seems like this is what has happened, which is why I said earlier at the video, for those of you who are long-time players and you have missed out on getting the Lucky Rabbit's Foot, it seems like there is just a new mechanic within the game. I guess it probably came out sometime in 2021, whereby new players are getting the Lucky Rabbit's Foot on their first try of the tower. What? I did not get one on my first try of the tower. No, no, no. And it seems to be a very rare drop otherwise. So, yeah. Wow. Hidden mechanics. This is what we explore here at the Jaded Rabbit. Okay, so let's take on Jade. Ah, I have to kill my main. Oh, no. Oh, no, Jade. Alright, so, okay. JD, she down. That's tough. But what we are really interested here is to be getting more points and easier wins via the Lucky Rabbit's Foot, and hopefully incredible luck. Alright, so Akira, also, there's only one of it per account, I guess. Yes, it seems very much a locked to account that you can only get one. So, okay, finally, we get some good luck. Great. Not incredible luck. Incredible luck would put us at a 1.5 modifier. And typically, if you're running these towers without Lucky Rabbit's Foot, with a build like Rambo, you probably won't really notice that you are facing tougher or easier opponents. But going back to that build that I showed off earlier with Baraka, now equipping Lucky Rabbit's Foot to this guy for use in those test your luck towers, that's actually pretty, like, highly recommended. This is a pretty good use of the augment. Mind you, when you start playing with augments like Elder God Armor or Lucky Rabbit's Foot, this pretty much limits the build's usefulness to test your luck platforms. Mind you, I love to make an augment build for all parts of the game, not only lucky towers. Lucky augments in general are best used in test your luck platforms, because that good luck that you experience also affects like how often you will generally see your auto kill trigger. Outside of the test your luck platform, this is not the case. So really, because there is this luck mechanic operating within these towers, you see better effectiveness and usefulness out of Lucky Rabbit's Foot, Luckality augments, and Lucky Blows augments. These augments have really great use in these towers. So, okay, so let's take on this one. We'll do this tower. Let's take on Baraka. And we've also got him with the Lucky Rabbit's Foot equipped. Okay, good. So, what we're hoping to do here is to get through this match easily with Baraka with the Lucky Rabbit's Foot, because in general, it should be providing us with better luck. Now, do keep in mind, if you ever have difficulty with a boss tower on Test Your Luck platforms, that really, you can repeat the tower as much as you want, because you've already spent the currency on the 4-man tower. If we were to have lost here, it would have been no problem to redo the tower. I would not have had to spend another 2,500 hearts. Very nice. So do keep that little, like, mechanic in the back of your mind as you do these towers, because you can fail as many times as you want against those boss towers, but against those 4-man towers, you will really need to get that done. So, okay, okay, so here we got good luck. We had the augment equipped. Now, within our little sample size of 1 for this video, we went from no luck with Baraka to good luck with Baraka, right? So some sort of positive correlation we're seeing here with using the augment. Now, also, do keep in mind, we were using Rambo 2 times with the Lucky Rabbit's Foot, and we saw that he got bad luck and then good luck. So it's not a 100% surefire way to always get incredible luck, but it will boost your luck. So probably when we were doing that Rambo tower, that first one with Rambo, we were probably experiencing, like, terrible luck. And Lucky Rabbit's Foot bumped us up a notch, which is good, right? Better to have bad luck than terrible luck. And really, this is all factoring into the idea of getting these high scores so that you can get the brutal difficulty unlocked. This is how you're able to get the fancier Luckality and Lucky Blows augments. So there is a general, like, process in terms of how the developers seemingly want us to play the game in terms of Lucky Rabbit's Foot and Lucky Blows and Luckalities. I'm saying luck so many times. Change the first letter to F. OMG. Suddenly not family friendly. Okay, but the general idea for a new player is that when you come in, like, encounter these test your luck towers, the idea is that you would want to have a Lucky Rabbit's Foot equipped onto whatever build that you are running so that you're able to get those brutal difficulties unlocked and more rewards. So okay, so you know what? Let's actually throw on. Let's do insta build. I talk about this build so much. I hope I remember everything about it. But this is my Kotal Khan Sunbeams build. So let's say you are a new player and you don't have any Luckality augments, what you're going to want to do is, unfortunately, I feel like this is what you need to do. You need to grind Kotal Khan and his character towers. Once you grind his character towers, you can get access to some of his more common Jinsei essence augments. Namely, you can get a hold of augments like this, Solar Flare, which gives you 80% damage resistance when he's standing in a sunbeam. This coupled with Cloud Break, which increases the size of the sunbeam, as well as Harvest Bounty, which gives you more health. These are all very defensive augments that you get for free with Kotal. So what that means is that you can spend all of your generic slots to really try and get easy wins. So what we're going to put on here now are some very offensive augments, trying to go as offensive as we can with the fancy ignition flame effect. So the idea with Kotal Khan and this build, and why I highly recommend it, is that you don't really need to do anything other than block, cast the Sunray, and block. Okay, so let's put on special delivery. Ah! Oh no, okay, oh no, we went to the bottom of the list. Here we go, special delivery. In fact, we don't even need natural 20. We're gonna make this really accessible. So the idea is that you are a new player, you got your lucky rabbit's foot, put your lucky rabbit's foot on Kotal. So here you go. You've got now a very defensive build that allows you to just block and really get lots of points. Okay, so I'm just making sure. What is this augment that we're missing? We're missing Burned Alive. So really, all of these augments are pretty easily accessible. If you don't have them, you can get them at level 3 from the crypt, just very easily by spending 100 souls from those soul canisters. And nothing on here is too rare except for In Good Repair. Having all of the other stuff at level 3, though, should be pretty easy, and then you're guaranteed to get the lucky rabbit's foot. So I feel like this is what the developers want us to do. They want us to take a build, any build, right? Because you're going to need to be augmented to get into these matches. And then you want to use the lucky rabbit's foot to help you unlock that brutal difficulty. So, okay, let's actually put it on regular difficulty so you can see what I'm talking about. This Kotal build, highly recommend. Really do use it, and if you've got the lucky rabbit's foot and you're still collecting those luckality augments, or you're still grinding to try and get Rambo luckality, or Baraka luckality, or Cassie luckality, these are all very good characters with lucky builds. Cassie's lucky kneecapping, Robocop's low pistol shot, lucky pistol shot. Yeah, there's all sorts of good things. All sorts of good things besides Rambo. Wee! Oh no, he hurt me real bad. Oh wow, so that's the problem about using armor break. But here, we're just blocking, and like, Sub-Zero is burning himself very nicely. And we didn't even need natural 20, because he's just standing in the fire. It's going to kill him. Oh wow. So getting through these matches, if you're a newer player, should not be hard. All you do is you set up a sun ray, and you stand. Very nice. Stand block or duck block. Useful against Sub-Zero. But yes, this build also helps teach you how to block, which is very important for Combat League. Now, Sub-Zero should be killing himself here. Now we can throw up a Sun Ray in between the round to really heal ourselves up, and then go for a friendship. Oops, we didn't go for the friendship in time. Friendships give you more points, but so do brutalities. I think what's really important to take away from this, though, is that we were facing an easier AI, and we're getting better points with our time invested when using Lucky Rabbit's Foot on the Test Your Luck towers. But just in general, once you get those Luckality augments and those Lucky Blows augments, you don't need it. You really don't need it. Lucky Rabbit's Foot is not going to be helping you in co-op. It's not going to be helping you in Stage 6. It's not going to be helping you in any of these other towers. So really do think about what build you're using it on and where you're using it, because it's just not going to work the same. So, okay, so here we're going to take Codal. It's probably a better idea to take off that Lucky Rabbit's Foot and put something else in its place. Like, we could probably put on Raging Inferno. That would probably be doing lots more damage. So let's just do a quick comparison with Codal. Same strategy. Get to the corner and block. And we're going to see how long this takes. Oh no, don't hurt me. Oh my god, his armor break. Can Baraka stop throwing me out of the corner? Oh my god, Baraka. We're on fire. OMG, what's going on? So, okay, so how we're going to be evaluating this here is based on time to kill. What is the time to kill with Lucky Rabbit's Foot versus without? Right? Like, if the enemy AI is, like, stupider, right? He should be dying sooner. Oh no! So we're also going to throw some uppercuts in there for good measure. Alright, we got him. Alright, walking the flame, yeah! We're at full health. That took us... Alright, math time. That took us like 82 seconds. Yikes. Right? So the idea here is that we can really get a better idea of how the enemy performs, right? He was going for his armor break all the time. Seemed like the enemy AI knew what to do. Like, when we were facing those enemies in Test Your Luck platforms, they were just kind of standing there waiting for the brutality to happen, right? But here, like, the enemy knows to go for its armor breaking move instead of just standing in one spot, which is really hard to justify wasting an augment slot if the enemy is going to come after us so hard. So, okay, so let's take off Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Okay, so theoretically, if it had some sort of usefulness, it would have provided some sort of benefit, right? So if we take off Lucky Rabbit's Foot and assuming that it had benefit, really, by taking it off, the enemy should be even tougher. So let's see if it's even tougher. But let's also throw on Raging Inferno. We're going to be evaluating time to kill here. We threw in uppercuts, right? And we did some jump kicks with Kotal Khan in this one. I'm going to try really hard to not do any damage aside from the Sun Ray. Okay, so let's stay Kotal here. Oh boy.
Kotal Khan.
Now, so we should have a better idea of how these augments work without and with.
Fight.
Yay, he hurt my face. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna block. Alright, so we are seeing, like, lots of fancy burning effect, which is very nice. I mean, like, this is quite satisfying with Kotal, because all you have to do is block. The opponent kills himself, but really, we're seeing here the enemy going for, like, the same stuff. the same stuff that he really was doing with the other match, right? With the Lucky Rabbit's Foot equipped or not equipped, the enemy outside of Test Your Luck platforms seems to be doing the same thing. So really, I feel like the usefulness of it is just limited to those Test Your Luck platforms. Oh no, he threw us out of the corner. Alright, so he should burn himself to death here.
Finish him.
Alright, yay, very nice. I used uppercuts and jump kicks, right, in that first round, and it took me longer to kill with Lucky Rabbit's Foot equipped. And it seemed like the Baraka AI was just as intense both times. So really do consider where you're using this augment, how you're using it, because I feel like there is a usefulness for it, but just for those Test Your Luck platforms. Okay, so wow, let's see what you guys are saying. Akira, it's fun so many people here, actually. There's many people who felt thankful for such a build like that. You're the minority here. Oh no, okay, oh no. Oh yay, okay, I'm glad that we're all having fun together. I mean, I don't play MK11. Oh no, okay, well, hello, thank you for joining along. Jonah, Lucky Rabbit's Foot only works for localities. No, as we demonstrated, it's really associated with Test Your Luck platforms and that hidden luck mechanic that governs enemy AI and ultimately the points that you receive at the end of the tower. Okay, so wow, oh, so crazy. I hope that I've like demystified some things for you, because yes, I am really like sad about the misinformation that exists. Yes, dear Jono, do watch the whole stream. We do explain and explore everything about Lucky Rabbit's Foot, but unfortunately it does not increase your chances for getting a locality, for getting something. I mean, like, you could make further extrapolations of that theory and say, oh, well, like, I've got Lucky Rabbit's Foot, it's gonna give me an 80% chance to slow, right? Like, no, that's not how it works. Unfortunately, at least that's not how I've seen it to work. But yes, am always open to your, like, experiences. Please let me know what you have experienced with your augment builds in the comments below. I really do hope, though, that you try out Lucky Rabbit's Foot augment as the way I've explained, because quite honestly, I have not been able to get higher scores in those platforms without Lucky Rabbit's Foot. So yes, if that's something important to you, getting the highest score possible, as well as getting those brutal difficulties unlocked, use this augment, definitely. Or just take it off. Take it off, because yeah, sometimes it's just better to use that generic slot and go for the more offensive option, or even a more defensive option, because sometimes that Lucky Rabbit's Foot is just not working how you would expect it to. Yay, alright, wow, thank you so much, my friends, for joining along. Really, I hope that this was, like, helpful, entertaining, exciting. Secrets. Yes, we don't often talk about all of the secrets, so if you do enjoy this, please do leave a like. Okay, so wow, let's see what you guys are saying. Oh no, someone got timed out. Oh no. Please remember to play nicely in the chat, my friends. We try to foster a very positive community. Joey, I have a rabbit foot. Hallelujah. I don't have solar flare, but have the rest. Solar flare is a mythic ranked augment, and you should be able to get it pretty easily. Kodal is, I would recommend him. If there are some characters that you need to complete stage 6s for, totally. Do Frost, do Rambo, do Kung Lao, he's fun, as well as Devora. Okay, no, maybe you don't need to do them. Do them all. They're all fun. Oh no, never mind. Okay, our recommendations are terrible. I'm sorry. Okay, so Yuri, my experience with LRF is good on regular towers too. My brutality triggers faster. Maybe just luck though. It's pretty unpredictable. Yes, you know, I've used it for hundreds of matches, Yuri. Unfortunately, I would have to say I don't see it triggering more often in regular towers. I see it more as a waste of a slot. Really did wish that it increased that locality chance, but there are many ways to try and get pseudo increases of that by going for multi-hitting moves as well as like attacks that put you like into an endless loop of attacking them, like certain throw crushing blow builds. Yes. Okay, so wow, let's see what else you guys are saying. Joey, I've never beaten the full platform, all but one tower, then gave up. Oh no. Do try and get it completed. Ram, I got all locality from all characters, but in my opinion, Scorpion and Rambo has the highest possibility to end the fight. I feel like that is all just, yeah, it is very much based on different. I feel like different people have different characters appearing more frequently in their test your luck platform. As you saw, I saw Rambo today, but you know, some days he doesn't appear. I think it's also like some sort of like hidden schedule. I'm not sure. There's a lot of mystery behind those towers, but totally from what I've collected, Terminator was one of the most common towers for me. Oh wow. Okay, so wow, thank you so much for joining along, my friends. Yuri, how many LRF do you have? I have 60. They all came from before Aftermath. Rambo Yuka Lords, hello. Thank you so much for joining along. Please don't forget to do all of that YouTubey stuff, likes, comments, subscribes, all greatly help out the channel. Also, am trying to clear up like the bad information out there about Lucky Rabbit's Foot. This thing has a purpose, but it's for test your luck platforms. This is where you're going to see the obvious benefit of it equipped. Although, convince me, you think it works in single player? Let me know. Do let me know you're testing with this augment as well. In the comments below. But do consider joining the Jaded Bunny fam if you want access to all of the top secrets, secret builds, glitched builds, number one strategies, infinite time crystal glitch, secret family only events. If you want to be included, please consider joining the fam. You also help support the channel. So much love to all of my brothers and sisters, especially the ones that joined within the last week. Michael, Uferman, Sands, Joseph, and Tao. Thank you so much, my brothers, for joining along. As well, my mini bunny, Joshua Knox, my bunnies, Marky, Alina, Jackson, Dreaded Jones, Dr. Eggman, Atomic Crossfire, Dante, Calum, Thomas, Ertem, Shane, Yuri, Whiskey Baylor, It Was Taken, Will, Canyon, Andre, Honeybun, Shay, Ilkid, Steve, Bader, Styles, Maruna, Michael, Joey, Akira, Sir Fire Eater, Kingman, Lewis, and Terrence. As well, my rabbits, Queen Melina, Alan, Sean, Jason, JJ, A Misanthrope, and the Joker. But if you're ever lacking for quality MK11 content in your life, I highly recommend that you go check out my fabulous Jackrabbits, Cider Mike, Joel, Plague Doctor, and Snoopy Blind FGC, as well as my elite rabbits, Ragnar and Cane Juice, by going to the featured channels tab. They make some lovely videos as well that I think you would enjoy. Leave them a comment saying that the Jaded Rabbit sent you. That would be lovely. But if you're here at this part, I think you know what happens next. Okay, give me a second. of your tea bag on me. Yay! Alright, okay. Yes, if you know that song, do let me know in the comments. But yes, thank you, my friends, for joining along. Jaded Rabbit, Lucky Rabbit's Foot, very complicated. And I feel like there is just a lot of like craziness going on out there, but I hope that this cleared up something for you, and I hope that you use it in a way that does not limit your potential, because those augment slots are precious, and you wouldn't want to waste a slot on something not necessary. But yes, I love you so much, my friends. I really hope that you are getting the easiest of wins and that you're rolling in that time crystal. But until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye, my friends. Take care. Peace. Love you guys.